What's up guys, Omni here. You guys know how it goes, another day, another video. Last night I tweeted I sleep. What recent news, topics, tweets, videos y'all want me to talk about tomorrow? Hey guys, today is Monday, August 7th. My birthday is actually coming up in 2 days. It's going to be on Wednesday. So yeah, I'm kind of weird about birthdays. Like I've been like this for quite a while now, but yeah, I'm actually going to be working on my birthday. I'll probably drop a video for you guys here. And I was thinking about doing a birthday stream as well in the evening. Don't know what I'm going to do. Just gonna kind of just come out there and hang out and chill, do my comeback stream ever since my eye had gotten damaged. Yeah, we'll do a comeback stream on Wednesday. So yeah, and as for what you can do for me, if you haven't already, just subscribe to the channel. Okay, we're trying to reach 1 million by the end of the year. I know the math ain't mathin', it's not realistic, but you know, just do it. The other thing you can do for me and Eddie is sign up for my Patreon, man. For only like $5 a month, I drop a whole bunch of pictures and videos of Indy. I do other things on the Patreon as well. So yeah, that's how you guys can, okay, I'll let you go. That's how you guys can support me for my birthday. So guys, we should probably talk about that huge freaking riot that happened in New York City 3 days ago by Cenat. If you guys don't know, this is Cenat, one of the biggest streamers to ever do it. He's a part of AMP, and he was doing a PlayStation 5 giveaway out there in New York City. I think there's a video out there that I'll show you a few clips out there, but a huge riot ensued in which people were looting, jumping on cars, running amok. They had to pick this man and lift him up like a child to secure his safety. People were riding on vehicles. It was absolute freaking mayhem. The police got involved. People were wondering, did Cenat get arrested? They eventually responded, yada yada yada. So I'll give you guys all the updates from the beginning to the end so you can kind of know what exactly went down. 2 days before the event, this is what Kai said.
All right, look my niggas and nigglets, okay? Right here, my basically right here, okay? Right here, my niggas will be giving away PCs and all that.
Something bad about to happen.
So he was just trying to do a freaking PC giveaway right here, and then over 7,000 people showed up for it, whether it was for Kai or for the giveaway. At least 7,000 people showed up. That's absolutely freaking insane. When you think about creators in cloud, you're like, why do people watch them? Why do people watch them? And then you actually see like actual 7,000 live people show up. Like this man has more clout than he probably imagined. He needs to recognize now that he's on celebrity level, okay? Like he needs to be hosting very strong organized events with security if he's going to be doing meet and greets now. Here's another clip that was going kind of viral where it says footage of Cenat meetup shows NYPD officers smashing someone's face through a freaking car windshield. I can't actually play the clip because if I do, then YouTube will take it down for, I think, violence or something like that. So, you know, YouTube is being kind of lame. But yeah, you see this freaking cab right here? This guy grabs a regular bystander who was minding his business, grabs him from behind, shoves his face into the back of the freaking windshield, and the windshield just breaks the frick open. It's wild.
That is why you're seeing that crowd there chase after.
That's it.
That's the vehicle right there that they believe Cenat is in right now.
Oh my
As
God.
Stefan was saying, he was there. He was in the crowd for a little bit of time.
Oh my
but clearly,
gosh.
this is an out of control crowd. And
this feels like Grand Theft Auto, but like online. Like everybody is logged in at the same time, playing at the same time. These people are running. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people on this truck that people believe Kai is in. What the hell?
no freebies given away, no giveaway whatsoever getting in the car. But clearly you're looking at a very dangerous situation.
Oh
with this
my
car now driving
gosh.
pretty fast.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's actually impressive. Like, that's impressive. They're just sitting here and it's driving really fast, right? Like, if somebody falls off, they can get ran over. Like, that's GG's, dog.
People clinging on to the side and top of it.
It's mind-boggling.
It's mind-boggling why they're not stopping to let these people off the car.
Because they won't get off. This guy fell off. Oh my God, man. New York is built different. I mean, they say it's mind-boggling, but to be honest, if you're from New York City or you know what New York is about, it's not really mind-boggling. This is just New York City energy, okay? This is just how they interact. This is how they live. Another clip shown here is people who were basically robbing an old man and his shop just because Cenat was posted around the area, and I guess they were like, yeah, well, since we all here, let's just steal, I guess.
Chill.
That's the vendor right there. Apparently he got his head.
Why do you do that to him? Yo, chill. Yo, chill. Chill. Yo. Nah. Nah, chill.
Wow. So the way that I looked at it was in two ways, okay? Number one, you've got Kai Cenat, followers who are just being absolutely freaking crazy. This man got a shirt over his head, so that can't be stolen, right? So they're just in here and they're just running amok. Number two, I was thinking that maybe that these were just people who were camouflaging with the event. Like, they're like, who are all these people? Why are there so many people? Let's just gather around. And so all these people who aren't even related to the event were just coming in, and then they were the ones that were causing the mug. But it just seems like, yeah, man, just people in big crowds, they see an opportunity and they took it and they decided to just rob this man's truck. This is what NYPD officers had to say about the situation.
You're going to charge Kai Cenat?
Yes. The influencer is charged. He's going to be charged with multiple counts. At least 2 counts of
inciting
a riot, unlawful assembly, and a few other charges.
So yeah, Kai is getting got for this. I mean, I don't know if it's just Kai or if it's AMP, because I know AMP was there as well, but yeah. Dang, that's rough. If you're Kai, right, you're disappointed, you're mad, you're sad, dog, because it's like you wasn't trying to bring this energy, but your crowd was. Dang, dude. And you can it is Kai fans, right? You can see the children, right? Because you know that Kai's fans are usually mostly just young kids, and they're all posted here. That's, oh my god, dude. They just punching and kicking the. What is wrong with these people, dog? There's somebody in there. That's somebody else's car. Why, dog? Damn, man. I think this is footage of Kai getting escorted out by the police. Not only for his own safety, I don't think he got arrested, but I think he was just basically trying to get evacuated because it was just too many people and they had to remove him.
All right, dig it.
There's the police. There's Kai right there. There's his bodyguard. There's the Whole Foods. I know exactly where that is in NYC. And he's getting in a car. There was other times too. I think Kai got like picked up like a child and was literally being carried over the crowd. It was absolute freaking mayhem. I am almost 90,000% positive that he was just trying to do something pretty cool with his fans, not create an all-out freaking war. There are videos and footages of him helping kids who were in trouble, people who couldn't breathe. He was just out there trying to bring the situation down and de-escalate what he did not realize would be so big. So you gotta So he's saying like, look, I need everybody to chill. Take it down a notch. And everybody was like, nah, let's just go a little higher. So AMP, which is the crew that Kai Cenat basically runs and a part of, said yesterday members of AMP hope to create a positive experience for fans and give back as a show of appreciation for their support. We've hosted fan meetups and video shoots in the past, but we've never experienced anything at the scale of what took place yesterday. We recognize that our audience and influence are growing, and with that comes greater responsibility. We are deeply disheartened by the outbreak of the disorderly conduct that affected innocent people and businesses and do not condone that behavior. We apologize to all those who impacted, and we are fully cooperating with local authorities. So yeah, guys, that's the Kai Cenat meetup New York situation in a nutshell. Very, very unfortunate, right? Because you want to go out there and you're trying to do stuff for the fans. You're already kind of putting yourself at risk being exposed to the elements in the first place, but then all of a sudden you bring in energy that exposes exposes everybody else to the risk. It's not something that I think he ever wanted to create. It's gotta suck to know that that's kind of what the result was, and I'm sure that he'll take, you know, full responsibility for it, and moving forward, Kai and the rest of AMP will be like, all right guys, we can't do this anymore. It's too dangerous, it's too sussy, and if we do it, it's gotta be way more organized. So yeah, let me know how you guys feel about the Kai Cenat situation in the comments below. So Punch Fizz said, hey Omni, love your content. It's always a blast to watch. Hey, thanks Punch. Wondering if you could maybe explain the Gear 5 thing a bit. I don't watch One Piece, but see the internet going nuts for it. Would love to hear your take on what makes it so internet breaking if possible. If you guys don't know, okay, there was an all-out war yesterday when it came to One Piece, one of the most popular animes of all time that is currently running, because our boy Luffy finally got animated on Crunchyroll, where he turned into one of his biggest forms of all time, aka Gear 5. It's like Super Saiyan, you know, for Dragon Ball Z. When Goku turned and his hair turned gold, well, Luffy undergo a transformation that kind of was comparable to the situation that, well, you know, we compared it to fight, but that's basically what happened, okay? Luffy had a Goku Super Saiyan moment, for those of you guys who are not anime heads. So for those of you guys who don't know, I am both a Dragon Ball Z head and a One Piece fan, okay? Combined, I'm a hybrid. So I did what any normal hybrid anime fan would do. I went on Twitter and I took to violence. That's right. I started professionally instigating. I said here, look guys, Gear 5 is dope, but imagine if the entire internet was preparing to watch Goku turn Super Saiyan for the first time in 2023. There would be absolute chaos. 1.2 million impressions. I got people arguing, quote retweeting. Suddenly, the Dragon Ball fans are like, yeah, man, I know you guys are One Piece fans, but screw y'all. Goku was better. And the One Piece fans were like, nah, man, you shouldn't be battling. Why you gotta make it about you? You Dragon Ball fans suck, blah, blah, blah. Your boy started an all-out war. This tweet specifically got all the Dragon Ball heads being like, yeah, I agree. Good take, Omni. Goku is better. Super Saiyan is better. But then I noticed that some of the One Piece fans were like, man, Omni, why would you do this, man? It's supposed to be about our day. Like, how are you so insecure that you have to keep bringing up Goku on our One Piece day? And I was like, oh, wait a minute. I've already baited the community right now with this tweet. How about we go a little bit further and do a nice switcheroo? And bam, my next tweet immediately was Gear 5 greater than Super Saiyan. That's right, I converted myself to a One Piece fan and I started trashing the hell out of the Dragon Ball community. I said Gear 5 is greater than Super Saiyan, because if Super Saiyan is so good, why isn't there a Super Saiyan 5 with the nice punchable Luffy grin face? And it's funny, right? Because it's obviously bait. You know, I'm just talking shit for fun, okay? When it comes to anime communities and talking about it, comparing, I like to do so at a version where it's funny, because when you start doing these things, there are funny memes that come from it. Like literally it's like roasting. I don't know if it's a black people thing where we just like to roast, right? I will roast Dragon Ball Z fans being a Dragon Ball Z fan. I will roast One Piece fans while being a One Piece fan. I roast for the sake of roasting, because the memes and the back and forth and the comedy and the jokes that come from it is absolutely priceless. I continued and said, Dragon Ball fans making the most monumental moment in One Piece history about themselves just proves that Gear 5 is peak. And all the One Piece fans were like, yeah, Omni, that's right. Get them. Get those Dragon Ball fans. And the Dragon Ball fans were like all salty and like, oh, that's not even true. The One Piece fans were coming after us, Omni. Your show sucks. One Piece is sunk. It's mid. But anyway, I eventually watched the actual episode and said, just watched it. It was absolute peak. Luffy's transformation, literally transforming the anime itself next level. Oda is the GOAT, and One Piece fans are eating really good today. A lot of mixed reviews when it came to the actual episode that dropped on Crunchyroll of Luffy turning into Gear 5. I thought it was absolutely freaking monumental, albeit I wanted to see more Gear 5, but the actual reveal itself was really cool. The best part, in my opinion, when it came to the episode was the drums of liberation, okay? That's the whole thing they talk about. I won't do too many spoilers, but there's like drums beating as Luffy awakens, and it is super freaking hype for Luffy to return with the drums of liberation, because it's like the concept of this man freeing the entire world from the shackles of the freaking capitalist society, or whatever you want to call it, or the government, okay? And then finally, for my last tweet, I said DBZ fans, when they wait 18 years for Goku to change his hair to red to blue. So this is an actual screenshot from the episode. Like, he basically turned into a Looney Tunes character, right? And it was interesting because a lot of the Dragon Ball Z fans were like, you waited 18 years for Luffy to turn to a Looney Tunes. You're comparing it to Looney Tunes. Do people not realize that comparing anything to Looney Tunes and Bugs Bunny, like Looney Tunes and Bugs Bunny is actually peak, like it's top tier. Like that's like comparing something to Michael Jordan or Michael Jackson. These guys were at the top of their game. Looney Tunes is goated. So if you're going to compare something to another GOAT, it's not really an insult at all. And yeah, my boy Xenofactless cooking up my new profile picture. I never changed my profile picture, but I think for this month, at least this month, your boy is going to be Gear 5 Omni. So that's kind of what occurred. I'm not even going to show the stats or anything like that because I'm just telling you that it did happen, okay? Just know that Crunchyroll went down for a bit. People were like, okay, is Gear 5 going to crash the internet in similar fashion that Ultra Instinct Goku did? Because if you guys don't remember when that happened in Dragon Ball Super, when Goku turned Ultra Instinct against his fight against Jiren, the entire world collapsed, okay? Every website was down everywhere. Like, it was mayhem. People were losing their freaking minds. It was like what was happening with Cenat, the riots was happening on the street, was happening on the internet. I heard that Pornhub, literally their channel went down as well. Like, just nothing was working and everything was crashing. So a lot of people were like, well, is Gear 5 going to crash the internet similar to Ultra Instinct? And if it doesn't, then it doesn't mean that proves that it's not as good, blah, blah, blah. Basically, everyone just trying to compare everything because that's just what people do when goats are around. Because Luffy is the goat and Goku is the GOAT, and they all both have GOAT transformations. So to summarize, to give you guys my overall thoughts, I think Gear 5 is one of the best transformations I have ever seen. I have never seen an actual transformation of a character that actually transformed the anime itself. That's absolutely wild. When you watch it, you just never seen animation like that. Oda is the GOAT. And a lot of people are trying to like downplay it and say, what is this cartoon stuff? I like that every transformation doesn't always have to be like, hey, I'm stronger, and therefore, here's the Dragon Ball Z formula, okay? Goku's hair turns gold, or blue, or red, or yellow, whatever. It turns into something, and then suddenly, he moves faster, he's stronger, and he shoots more ki beams. That's it. That's the transformation. Every time Goku transforms, he just does the same things, but just better than his opponent, and then he wins. No new techniques or nothing like that. It wasn't until like Ultra Instinct, I believe, where it wasn't just a power scaling ability where he does everything but slightly better. What I really liked about Gear 5 too is that the transformation was more about just getting stronger, but more so just basically changing the entire concept of how you fight him. Like, this man turns everything he touches to freaking rubber. He has Toon Force. He's incredibly strong. It's not the concept of just becoming stronger. He is now free. He can do anything that he wants, and his opponent, Kaido, has to figure out, like, what do you do against a cartoon character that's actually transforming the anime itself? But I'll stop right there because I can go on for this forever, okay? I was actually thinking about making a video where I say Gear 5 is greater than Super Saiyan. I might still do that, but that's it. That's the whole Gear 5 thing that's happening with One Piece. Let me know how you guys feel about the situation below. Do you think Gear 5 is better than Super Saiyan? Go ahead, fight, and let me know. Was it good? Was it bad? I think next episode, next week, is going to be even better because I don't think we even got enough footage of Gear 5 this week. It was kind of more so just the reveal, but I think next week when he's fighting Kaido is going to be absolutely ridiculous. We're going to get full episode of him kind of just putting into action. So yeah, that's Luffy, that's Gear 5, that's the internet being big baby rage mad about me starting an all-out anime war, and I absolutely loved it. Kind of need to know thing really quick, but Viridian said Barbie finally surpassed $1 billion. That's right, it hit the crazy mark there, making it Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling's first film to make that much money, and it also makes Greta Gerwig the first solo female director to have that achievement. Barbie has broken the records. It beat Oppenheimer. It is monumentally one of the best movies and biggest movies and most well-selling movies of all time. Rainbow Fairy said people losing their minds over what Mia Khalifa said about marriage and divorce. A couple of you guys have been sending me messages saying that that would be an interesting clip to react to. If you guys don't know, Mia Khalifa is an ex-porn star, and yeah, I think now she does similar things, but just for herself on OnlyFans. And she said something about marriage and divorce, and I guess people were losing their minds, and let's go see what she had to say.
Oh, we're comparing stats. Baby girl doesn't know that I am Tom Brady at this game. Married at 18, divorced at 21. Second marriage. Married at 25, divorced at 28. third engagement.
Okay, hold on, pause. Okay, married at 18, divorced at 21. That's too young to get married. That's a 3-year marriage. Yeah, that makes sense. And then she says she got married at 25 and divorced at 28. So another 3-year marriage with a break in between of like 4 years. So, okay, nothing out of the normal so far.
Engaged at 29, ended it at 30, but I kept the ring. I'm still keeping Tom Brady on his toes.
Oh, wait, so okay, so then she got married again and it was a 3-year one, and then she got re-engaged a year later? Okay, so she's basically on her Ariana Grande life, just kind of just hopping from hopping. I think that she kind of... Let's just continue.
We should not be afraid to leave these men. We are not stuck with these people. Marriage is not a sanctimonious thing. It is paperwork. It's something, it's a commitment you make to someone. But if you feel like you're not getting anything from that commitment and you're trying, you gotta go. You gotta go. You have to go. I know it's difficult to fill out paperwork and to make appointments and to do all of these things, but this is your life. Do you want to be stuck with someone? Period.
Okay, so I think she's speaking facts, but also I wouldn't say anything about the whole not being sanctimonious, okay? I think the whole point is that people look at marriage differently, right? And divorce differently as well. Marriage and contracts and specifically is kind of interesting. Marriage is a pretty interesting concept because it's a contract that kind of locks two people down together to live forever, and there's repercussions. If you guys do have that divorce, those repercussions usually hurting one person or the other. For example, like if there's a guy and he's the breadwinner, then there's the whole concept of alimony that he has to pay to his wife, whether they have kids or not. But if they do have kids, you know, then you have child support, yada, yada, yada. You guys understand the concept of divorce. There's a lot of laws around marriage and divorce in certain states that make it difficult for people to leave each other, or just very, very, very damaging for one person or the other. Sometimes for the women as well. There are laws in place where once a woman gets married, they just can't get out. And if they try to get out, they might be left with nothing or they're hurt, right? So it's one of those situations where empowering people to have the ability to leave something that they don't want to be a part of is very important. But to also establish and say that it's not important in the first place, that it's not sanctimonious, that is only a piece of paper and that it's only a contract, I feel like negates the importance of marriage in the first place, right? Like, why get married or why make it a big deal if you're just planning on dipping within the next 3 years? Like, I think the idea originally with marriage is that you try to be with somebody until death do us part. But if you're only going to be in it for like 3 years, then just stay boyfriend and girlfriend, or I don't know. Like, what's the point of doing something that's supposed to last forever when you only are going to stick with it for 3 years? The concept of marriage and divorce is something that's been evolving, I think, over time, especially in America, as divorce rates increase and as freedoms are given for people to walk away and leave it. Because initially, back in the day, a lot of people were married and they stayed married because they felt like they had to. They had no choice. They were stuck. Whether the guy was stuck or the girl was stuck, they were in a contract that made it seem like when it does get broken up, it's going to be really bad for you to get out. Women specifically sometimes feel like once they get divorced, and then their value goes down. We start talking about values and everything like that. So women are like, well, if I divorce my husband and I'm like 37, then, you know, I'm going back on the market and this is going to suck because nobody wants to be with a divorced woman, yada, yada. So it's a conversation that needs to be talked about in great detail and probably also needs to be honed down to a specific point. But I don't think everything Mia Khalifa said was wrong. I do think that if you're in a situation and you're married to somebody, a man and or a woman who is making you feel incredibly unhappy. And when I say it, I don't mean like you guys had a fight or something like this. But if you're depressed or a dark place or you're being harmed, if it's abusive, get the hell out, okay? You don't have to stay with anybody you don't want to be with, period. I'm a very firm believer of self-love. I'm also a firm believer of letting people do whatever it is they need to do to kind of be happy, to each their own kind of thing. So moral of the story, I think, is that for those of you lads out there who have not been married or thinking about being married, choose your partners very wisely, especially in America or whatever, because like it's just going up. I think the way now that it works when it comes to dating too and socially just kind of getting together, like even dating is difficult, right? It's going to change the game completely. So if dating has changed completely, the getting married has changed completely, the entire dynamic of people being together has changed completely. I don't know what it's like on those streets. So you guys can let me know. I don't think Mia Khalifa was completely out of pocket. And I think you do need to get out when you feel like you need to get out. But also I do think there needs to be some more importance on the concept of marriage as well. Let me know how you guys feel. All right, so a lot of you guys asked me to talk about the situation that's happened with this Twitch streamer by the name of Fousey. Dude, if you haven't heard of Fousey, he's been in the game for a very, very long time in terms of being a YouTuber. He had a whole rise and fall situation where he was really, really, really popular and relevant at one point, then completely fell off, and then came back through with, you know, working with Keemstar and Happy Punch, and now he has like 30,000. He's doing a subathon on Twitch, and he's doing very well for himself again. He's a wild guy. I think recently there was a clip of him singing some rap music, and he said the N-word, and then he just started going on a crazy rant where he's like, I am so sorry, I never used that word, please don't cancel me. And black people were like, dog, chill, okay? All right, just relax, bro. You're making a big deal out of it nowhere. He's a character. And I also think that he might be battling some things mentally. I don't know how to define Fousey, but he's definitive enough to have a pretty large following, larger than I think. 30,000 subs is absolutely like huge. That's like top 20 Twitch subs numbers there. And he's got like only 3,000 views. Something's not adding. I don't know, but he's doing well. He's doing fine, and he's trying to carry it on. But the situation occurred here. I said, not going to lie, this is pretty bad. She was a former trafficking victim. So this clip here, I think I can play it without it being too controversial. The premise is that Fousey is at an airport and he sits down, and this woman right here, he starts talking to him out of nowhere. They're just, you know, just chatting, just doing an IRL stream on the airport. She eventually starts divulging information that she was formerly the person who was a victim of sex trafficking, and then eventually he shows his condolences, sends her some money, and then like literally like minutes later comes back to the stream and says that he hooked up with her in the airport. He joined the Mile High Club, kind of being like, hey, I'm very sorry that you've been like taken advantage of, but also here's some money so that I might be able to enforce this exact same ideology. He started facing regrets immediately. His chat started blowing up, and then the entire situation turned into him basically ending his subathon and saying that he has mental health issues and he needs to take a break because he is spiraling out of a manic control situation. That's the TLDR. I'll play some of the clip for you guys so you can get a more context on the situation.
Such a bad person. I'm such a dickhead. I'm not. I'm not. I'm a great person.
I can tell.
How are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm so good.
It's a cult, basically. I'm not kidding you.
You're in a cult?
Yeah.
You're sober?
Yeah, well,
okay,
no.
Cool. I have a Discord, right? Mm-hmm. With like 8,000 members. Can I send them a picture of me and you kissing? Yeah. To piss them off? Thank you.
Oh yeah, that'll piss them off. Now, I'm a member of Fousey's Discord and I'm angry. How dare you kiss a random woman at the airport? I'll be sure to use that next time. I sit down next to a stranger and say, hey, I want to piss some people off. Can I kiss you?
They're gonna cancel me for this. I don't care though. I have a boner right now. I swear to God, you can feel it under my pants. I swear to God.
Don't tempt me.
Don't tempt you with a good time? Would you join the Mile High Club with me?
So I got sold into the sex trade.
You got sold in the sex trade? I actually care about this shit because I'm like an advocate for like against sex trading and all that shit. What happened?
I'm not laughing at the concept of sex trade, okay, guys? I'm laughing at the concept of like I'm an advocate of I'm against it. Like it's like, yeah, I'm an advocate against murder. Like this is my thing, you know. I really hate when people murder people. Like okay, I'm sorry. Let me just keep playing. Okay, my craziness is coming out.
You were trying to make me a lot lizard recently.
A what?
Yeah, a lot lizard. I like yours.
Yeah, I get it. First of all, thank you for sharing. I appreciate you being this honest. This is a real conversation.
No, it's real.
My audience might not understand, but I've been there. I used to be a sex addict, so I used prostitutes for years. I used massage parlors for years, so I understand. How long were you stuck under his spell?
About like 7 months.
Really? I'm sorry to hear that. Look, I just sent you a little something.
Thank you.
I
went to he had a domestic violence case. I'm sitting there in court.
So he's showing a picture where he sent this girl $300 for well, you'll see in a minute.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Hey, to everybody who's sitting here like, oh my God, you kissed her, da da da. This woman was involved in sex trafficking. The guy who manipulated her and brainwashed her is a piece of deserves to die. So yes, I sent her $300 so she can start removing her tattoo and see her kids this weekend. I'm against that. I'm a sex addict. A lot of the women that I used to get handjobs from were sex trafficked, and I'm so ashamed in that. So if I have a chance to help somebody, I just joined the Mile High Club. And I know it doesn't count as the Mile High Club because I was in the airport, but I still joined it. I swear to God, I swear on everything I love. I swear on everything I love. I just joined the Mile High Club in the airport, in the men's bathroom. I swear to God, Wallah, I had to confess. I couldn't hold it for a second. I didn't go to buy her no snacks. I joined the Mile High Club. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have shared that. I'm sorry.
So this is where the regret kicks in, my guess, is that he was kind of boasting that he, had sex, paid her, almost like prostitution, somebody who was a victim of sex trafficking, started boasting it and probably started reading the comments and realizing the comments were like, damn, bro, that's wild. That's actually messed up. My guy probably just saw the comment section. There's at least 4,600 people watching this clip, and they were probably being like, that's not cool, or maybe he was getting canceled immediately. And it started, the cog started kicking in terms of what he just did, what a lot of people feel was taking advantage of a person who was already put into this system by further enforcing the system itself.
I'm sorry. I'm lying, by the way. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a huge joke. It's a huge joke. I'm typing I'm sorry in chat. It's a huge joke. You got pranked. You got pranked by Fousey too. And I got exposed tonight. I'm not a good person.
So now there's like 8,000 people watching this man have a meltdown because he confessed to something that he probably should not have, and now he's breaking down and saying that he's not a good person. Now he's saying it's a prank. Now he's saying that he's lying. Something is going down, but everybody's like, bro, what you just did was not cool. Says shame, I'm sick.
I had weed right now. I wish I had
weed. I'm sorry, y'all. I messed up badly. I have a lot of skeletons in my closet. I'm not a good person. I'm sorry. The next clip here, all of this being provided by Drama Alert, by the way, said Fousey mods are trying to cover up the airport incident, and there are messages being deleted here. It's from H3H3 Productions, and yeah, every time somebody's bringing it up, people are trying to delete what occurred, kind of just trying to hide it at this point. And then Fousey went to Twitter and said, I'm currently on a plane home. Yes, I spiraled. I'm going to call my therapist as soon as I land. Thank you for keeping me in check. I need sleep. I need rest. I've lost the plot and I need to find it. Heart emoji. That's his reply to this entire situation that he has put himself in. Keemstar, the host of Drama Alert, who's been a friend and compatriot of Fousey for years now, said, I'm so mad. Imagine being on your 14th chance of your career and ignoring everyone's advice that was there with you when you were at the bottom. Then start listening to only your new friends that only F with you because your career's taken off. Not to mention you admitting to playing a role in sex trafficking in the past. WTF, Mike? I tried to keep my cool online yesterday, but today I'm even more mad. I think currently he has 3 different versions of the story. So basically he's just flat out lying or has lied. During the subathon, I've been constantly checking in on his mental health, and the only time he says he has mental health issues is when he's getting canceled for bad behavior. I'm just so pissed at this. Feels like such a backstab to everyone who's been trying to help you. My guy Mudahar said, takes advantage of self-admitted drunk sex trafficked girl at an airport, gives money through his community, but is called out on crap behavior, whips out the mental illness card to deflect. Never once in my life could I believe this dude is genuine. Stay away from creeps. So yeah, guys, that's the Fousey Tube situation that basically went down over the weekend. Currently, he's temporarily suspended on Twitch, and he posted something about going to see a therapist and trying to get help. And yeah, people are weighing on the situation. It's one of those things where Fousey, his career goes up and down. He does really well, and then he goes to the bottom and gets a second chance, and he goes back to the bottom and gets another chance, and he gets another. To me, it's kind of like, man, like I see so many people who deserve better. I don't understand why people like this who just kind of just, I don't know, man. You get a chance at redemption and then you continue to screw it up. That's it. I'm done. One and done, bro. Okay, because there are so many people that I feel like who have not committed any mistakes, who have not done anything to incite anything when it comes to sex trafficking victims. I'm annoyed by this situation because it seems like another bouncing fish place where he's going to back off and reap the awards from his 30,000 subs, and he's going to come back, you know, refreshed, rejuvenated, apologizing, saying sorry, and it's a rinse and wash, repeat system that just never finishes. It never actually gets him to a point where he becomes a better person. He just stays in the system of recovery and then blaming things on his episodes. TLDR, I think his second chances and opportunities are better suited for people who are not problematic in the first place. But you guys can let me know how you guys feel about the situation in the comments below. So Pleiades said Evo, Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championships, and Gear 5. I think we've already talked about Gear 5 at this point in the episode. But if you guys don't know, the biggest fighting game tournament of all time just happened this weekend, which featured and showcased about 6 or 7 different games, and the champions have been announced. I'll give you a quick TLDR on the results on that. And apparently there was a Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championships as well. I had no idea. And there was a couple of announcements when it came to fighting games in general that they always show at Evo. So a quick TLDR, which you probably need to know what games came out, who won what, where, and when, and all that jazz. Special thanks to Exerto for this results summary tab where we talk about the games with Street Fighter with 7,000 members, Guilty Gear with 2,500, Tekken 7 with 1,600, Ultimate Marvel with 1,300, 800 for Dragon Ball FighterZ, 666 for King of Fighters, 554 for Melty Blood, and 449 for Mortal Kombat 11. First place winner for Mortal Kombat was 212 Ninja Killer, second place being Nicholas. First place for Melty Blood was a guy named Maui. Second place going to Dai and Jimmy Tran. King of Fighters, first place was Zhao Hai. I think Zhao Hai, I recognize that name. I think he's a very popular Street Fighter player as well. Second place going to ET and Mach. First place, by the way, prize money $10,000. It's pretty dope. Dragon Ball FighterZ top 6 going to Hikari. Second place going to Yasha and Nitro. I do know there's a lot of players here who were really good at multiple games. One being like Sonic Fox and even Luffy and people who came in and they entered Punk as well. Top players who are really good at mini games who came in and were like, yeah, I can't focus on all games, so they DQ'd themselves where they were their winners and losers so that they can focus on their main game. Ultimate Marvel Capcom went to Jabril. Second place Evasion, and third place being Kane Blue River. I recognize that name. Guilty Gear Strive top 6. First place going to Leffen. That's right, everybody's favorite melee player. It's insane because like there's a huge love or hate relationship with a lot of people with this guy named Leffen in the Melee community because of all the drama that he's been in and how many people he's impacted. Some people think that he needs to be canceled, yada yada yada. But in terms of his actual skill when it comes to fighting games, he's always a top player. He's one of the top players in Melee. He's a top player in Guilty Gear, getting first place. Every game that he kind of touches, he was really good at Dragon Ball Fighter. So people are like, hey man, hate him or love him, he's one of the GOATs in terms of being the best. Mango, another player from Super Smash Bros., was preying on this man's downfall, but Leffen took it, so that means Leffen's ego is about to fly out of the roof. Tekken 7 first place went to Arslan Ash, second place being AO and Ulsan, and the biggest tournament of the night, Street Fighter 6 with over 7,000 people. First place went to Angry Bird. He's a Ken player, and it was absolutely immaculate the way that he's played. He's one of the most aggressive players that I've ever seen. Just played absolutely phenomenally the entire night. Obviously, that gives him first place. Second place going to Mina RD, which is huge because Mina got first place at a previous big tournament. So he got first place at a Capcom qualified tournament literally a couple months ago, and then came to the next biggest tournament of all time and got second place. Even more impressive, or maybe more difficult, is the fact that this tournament was a first to 2. So you had to play 2 rounds, and if you lost 2 rounds against a person, that's it. And when it comes to Street Fighter 6, 1 round can last like 40 seconds. Like, it's really fast paced. So getting eliminated in this game is very easy, and getting to the top is very hard. Punk, the God, who just got signed up for a new squad, he got 3rd place. He had one of the greatest runs in terms of just going there. He wasn't losing single games over and over, all the way till he got to the winter semifinals, which I think he eventually lost to Angry Bird. But he played absolutely immaculate as well. And then you got Tokido in 4th place, the God, the King, who's been at least 16 different Evos. You got Haitani, who used Chun-Li with modern controls, and you got Kakaru, the best JP player, another Japanese player. He uses JP. They released this trailer here for Guilty Gear Strive, where they have a new character and new changes to the game.
Just listen what's called the years, the word of the guy who was hated by the god of failure. Just lean.
So it's Johnny. If you guys know May, the girl who goes Tatsugeki, one of her cries, she goes, Johnny! That's Johnny. And God damn, Johnny. Okay, I gotta get back in the gym. Man, every time I watch anime, I see some super buff guy and I'm like, damn, I gotta look like that. Unrealistic expectations, I don't care. I will figure out a way to make it occur. But if you look here, it looks like there's gonna be another season pass. Well, they still got another roadmap all the way up until 24. We got another new character coming out in 2023. We got 2 more characters coming out in early 2024. So Guilty Gear Strive is not going anywhere. Another announcement was a Street Fighter X Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collaboration crossover, which is absolutely dope. The Turtles will not be actual playable characters, but you will be able to use them in terms of costumes. So oh my god though, but dog, if we could get actual Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Street Fighter, that would be absolutely wild. There's another character here by the name of Aki, and she basically, you know, overpowers this black dude and then poisons him and then says, hey, I just poisoned you with the worst poison of all time, and she starts laughing like a maniac. It's like Jury. You know how Jury is, but she's got the feet and she's crazy? She's basically fingernail Jury, but with poison. Black man over here struggling to breathe, and I think this was racially motivated, okay? She laughs like crazy. I don't know who she is. I don't know if she's a new character, but as Aki is coming in 2023 and the autumn as well. Also, there's going to be, you know, Akuma and other characters as well. I don't know who Aki is, but I was just kind of like, bro, why you doing this to my guy? This dude was struggling. Why'd you have to hit him like that? And that's basically it. In terms of other announcements, they showed Raven as a playable character for Tekken 8. He looked dope. And yeah, that's Evo. The entire weekend, really hype. If you guys watched it, let me know if you enjoyed the results, and then now we move on. But alright guys, that's all I have for today's video. Okay, I'm going to stop here. I think there was some situation that happened with like Five Nights at Freddy, I don't know, Five Nights at Freddy Plus. If you guys want me to talk about it, I'll talk about it on the next episode, or maybe even tomorrow as a one-off. I don't know what that drama was about, but I might have to look into that. That might take a while, but I'll just stop here. If you guys made it to the end, drop a like. Would mean the world to me, and it just lets me know you made it to the end of the video. And I'll catch you guys later. My birthday is Wednesday, alright? So subscribe. You have to do that too as well. Hit up the Patreon, and yeah, thanks for supporting me. I'll catch you guys in a little bit, okay? Stay safe on them streets, especially in New York City, man, because them streets ain't safe. And be careful out there. Brush your teeth. Don't get halitosis. Floss, because there's currently meat, gingivitis in your mouth right now as we speak that's been sitting there. And if you don't get it out, man, your teeth is going to rot, and no one's going to love you, okay? All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.